Alright, and start. Okay. Welcome back. Yeah, so today I'm probably gonna have a way shorter video than I normally do because I have a doctor's appointment in like an hour, so um actually a little bit less than an hour really. If I think about actually how much it's like I have like 2 hours, but still. I would rather not. I need to get like ready and stuff for it, so um yeah, so basically what I'm probably gonna do today, right, is even though this chapter isn't finished yet, I still need to eventually think about a cover page for this comic, so um I'm going to probably throw out some ideas. I don't think I'll complete it necessarily, but I'll at least have something, something of a base, something of maybe like a sketch or something. So yeah, so yeah, looking at most covers, right? If I give me just a second, I need to pull up some. I need to get out some things. I have to get a bunch of books out just to like compare. Alright. I have like 24, I think, different books just on my table at the moment. And so basically, right, when it comes to most cover pages, right, that you see, the main focus of them are people, right? They're the characters that are in the story, right? That was some tea. And so yeah, I obviously only have two characters, and like for now, that's literally the entire story is just based around two characters, right? And so they're definitely going to be on here, right? So Char 1, Char 2. So like requirements, right? My handwriting is so beautiful. And yeah, so, and it should kind of like reflect an important thing that happens over the course of the story, right? Or something thematic. So, right, the main conflict here is isolation. And in order to show that, basically I'm thinking of something very simple, right? So this isn't a particular like action-filled thing, right? So nothing has to be all that particularly dynamic. So yeah. If I was to just think for a second, and yeah, okay, so basically, right, what I'm thinking of doing, right, kind of as a base. Okay, so kind of just having characters maybe. How would I do like terrified huddle? So. So terrified huddle. Okay, so the way that that looks is basically I'm just gonna have basically the two people, right? Person one, person two, right? Just gonna have them face out like kind of like this, right? And then, all right, that's just their names, and I'll just kind of have, yeah, so basically just like basic pose-wise. Right, you know, kind of like that, like kind of self-hug thingy that people do. And then for this person, I will have so do I will have, what pose should I give this person? I should give this person a pose of, so yeah, I'm thinking of either like kind of having hands clasped together, right? Like this. Not sure if you can visualize that, but so, or like kind of like a, maybe like a concerned, like, ooh, you know what I could do, right? Is I could have this person have their hands like that, right? And then just like this is the greatest art piece that I've ever made. They just kind of have their hands like that, right? And then kind of like have like a more concerned expression. Whereas this person has a more kind of faltering neutral. So like kind of like it should be like a neutral expression, but like on the brink. Or maybe like traumatized, I think, is the better one, no? Yeah, I think that sort of works. So, basic plan. All this goes away. So yeah, now that I have that, what I can do, right, is, well, two options, right? Option number one is I try to be all fancy with it, because I recently found out that Studio Clip has like a bunch of 3D models that I'm allowed to use, right? Like these. Never knew this was a thing until very recently. But if I just get a very basic thing, very basic. Where do I even begin to find them? I remember seeing two like very like basic models that are like just two people that I could just use for the sake of this. This doesn't work. No. Where's just base human? Okay, wait, what if I just, like, take something random? Or no, pose. Is there just no standard neutrals, like, just stand and pose or whatever? Why is this so hard? What if I do this? And then, yeah, look at that. Oh, it's incredible. Okay, now how do I move this person? Nope. Control Z. Can I move this person? No. That doesn't work. You know what? Okay, this has been a failure. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to not use that at all. And I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way. I don't want to do this the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way sucks. It's so long and tedious, and I have to, like, contend with the fact that I'm horrible at drawing people. Is that a good head size? I think that might be a little bit too large, maybe? Let me think. So, in any case, I want to duplicate that. And I need this to go back to, where was it? What is that? This existed this entire time? Okay, I'm annoyed, because I never knew about that. But I need this. Wait, what's that too? Oh, I can do that custom? That's fascinating. Alright. And yeah, so I'm just thinking of maybe having these people kind of like this-ish. And they should be facing sort of, kind of in, not opposite directions, but like in different directions. So I'm just going to merge the layers and then that gives us a top view. Which is actually correct for this, actually. Never mind. Yeah, I do want a top view. So yeah. Here's this. And okay, actually, first of all, I'm just going to focus first on this person. This is Vera, yes. Is that her name? I have it written down somewhere. I know it starts with a V. That's about it. That right there. Yep. Okay. I also do realize that I really should be simplifying my art style a ton, because I'm not nearly good enough to be having an overcomplicated style for all this. So, paperweight somewhere. My keyboard. Okay, so. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to map out the overall head. And I'm going to use this pen actually, because I actually did. I actually did sort of like it. And once again, this is just the sketch bit. I'm also going to be adding color to this, hopefully. Probably. Maybe not, I don't know if it'll happen in this video, but it'll happen eventually. So yeah, we're just going to do that. Do that. Something along these lines. I think this can actually do with a little bit more that. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. There we are. Wait, no, actually, I think this might be it might need to be a little bit more steep like that. Yep. Yeah. I also kind of noticed that, like, apparently people really like anatomy stuff. Like, so I have a couple videos, right? And basically, whenever I add anatomy into the title, I get significantly more views. I mean, like, okay, look, at my scale, significantly more views means like 10, but it's still better than 0. So I'm thinking maybe of doing more anatomy videos and more like just more muscle breakdowns and stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to do it better next time. Obviously, the first time I did it, I wasn't particularly great. So yeah, hopefully that can work. But yeah, I'll see what I can do, see what I can plan for. I think I need to like be a little bit more. How should I say this? I need to be a little bit more prepared for something like that, because it's actually like, like it's not an easy video to do in the same way that I thought it would be. Yeah. All right, so basic head structure complete. Not sure if I'm the massive fan of all of this, but this is all going to be hair anyways, so I'm going to ignore it for now. And I'm just going to add in the eyes. So is that a good eye? Let me check my work and see how it looks, like here, for example. Because like for this person, I have a character page. For this person, I have a character page. What I do not have is a like consistent eye shape. So I could do it more like this, or you can do it more like this. Need to think. So here we are, like that. And yet, once again, I'm gonna have to color in all of this. So I need to be very conservative about my shading and stuff, because that should not happen just yet. Hopefully. I messed up something here. Be over for very specific angles. There we are. Does that work as an eye for this case specifically? I think that might be a little bit too small, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slightly scale it up, maybe? Is that my issue? I think that's too big, so I'm just going to maybe just put it closer here, like that, perhaps. Okay, what if I take this bit out? Because I'm thinking this is actually a little bit over the top. So if I do that, I guess. Okay, so If I make this eye a little bit sharper, like that, for example, what'll that give me? Not much. Like, it's not bad, it's not good, it's just kind of neutral. No, oh boy. No. Here we are. Okay, so if I want to give this person kind of a traumatized look, I believe is what I wanted to go for. Yes. Okay, so what I need to do is add in like a pupil like that, and then kind of like do this. Think that that's fine. So yeah, I think this eye shape works. What I need to do now is I need to just replicate that success here, except for I have to consider the angling of the face. So here we are. Here we are. Let me think. Is that too small? Might be too small. Okay, if I take this line off. Yeah, I think that might be too small, and I think there's something wrong with this. So, okay. Scale, if I scale it up a little bit, does that make anything look better? It does. So, yeah, just kind of scale it up a little bit. No. Sort of, kind of, I'm not sure. Take that off. And so, yeah, I need to consider the fact that there would be a nose here. Should kind of like just, this won't be the actual nose, just I need to understand the geometry of all this. So here we have that. Oh, what this eye is a little bit too high. Needs to be lower. Oh, and of course I did it on the same layer. I'm so stupid. Okay. Just gonna erase the nose really quickly because I don't need it for the moment. Now I can definitely see this eye is incorrect. Incorrect. Create that image, maybe? Okay. I think the eyes are in a position where I can merge them now, right? But I think that they are not exactly the way that I want them to be, so I want them to be a little bit more here, sort of like that. Sort of like that, perhaps. Is that really what I want from this? Okay, let me think. I think the facial structure is also kind of off, so I think I might want to take this out, and I might want to like kind of go here. Would this be better? Like if I made this lower. No, because that doesn't look human. So that looks really, really incorrect in a lot of ways. So I need to kind of go maybe like that. No. Maybe I can maybe I can make this out to be more. So like this, and then like this. So yeah, what I don't like is that this kind of face kind of like looks like it's going out like, so like it kind of the vibe I'm getting from this face is kind of going out like that, and that's not correct. That's not how faces look. So, to solve this issue, what can I do? Oh, that's actually a really good reference image. Okay, what can I do? I can, first of all, here, and like that, and then like that. But I think this might be a little bit too sharp, so I might still want to go somewhere more like that. So here. Thinking maybe this is too much, so what if I was to kind of do this and then do this and then do that? Okay, so another thing I'm noticing, right, is that one of the big things that needs to happen is that if I was to draw a line from here, oh, that doesn't actually happen. Why does that happen? So yeah, I also need to consider the fact there's basically the nose kind of has to go through here like that, I think, right? So considering that, and then considering the mouth is kind of like here-ish, I think it's fine. What I can do is I can, for example, maybe like take this eye specific. What happened there? That's weird. Not mesh. Free. Give me free. Okay. Free. Yes. Maybe just slightly elongate it like that. Think so. Yep, I think this face has the give or take proper depth. Alright. Yeah, sorry, I just got a text message from my doctor. See him. Alright, now what I need to do is I need to give this lifeless husk a soul. So, it needs to go more like that. Yeah. You know, I also think of basically like trying to go into like maybe trying out shorts, like the short form content on YouTube, just to see how it works. Maybe like I could do like a time lapse of something on there. If I can figure out how to do that. I think there's like some sort of thing here where it like says record time lapse, but I don't know exactly how that works, and frankly speaking, I am not nearly big enough of an expert in all this to be able to really tell how any of this works kind of right off the bat, so I'll probably play around with it a little bit, see what it does, see how I can maybe get that to work. Yeah, so when I said I don't want to give this Lifeless Husk a soul, I actually started with the completely incorrect thing. I don't know why I'm going like this. So, thinking maybe something along... Ooh, boy, that looks horrible. Yeah, that's not working. So it's not working specifically on this eye, right? And the reason for it is, well, number one, okay. Number one, there's this tiny little tail here. Number two is that I need to sort of, kind of, like with a very thin line, sort of mark that out. Maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. Who knows? And then what I gotta do Okay, so I think this pupil is also wrong a little bit. So maybe if I was to kind of make this person look up, that work? No, it's not working at all. Make this person purely look forward. Oh yeah, see, now one of the big issues that I'm running into here is that this eye is slanted like this, and this one is slanted like this, and that's wrong. They should be all slanted in the same direction. So I need to kind of go here, and then go here. And that's more correct, it's just wrong for different reasons now. So let me think for just a second. Maybe if I purely take this and I move it, so I just move it like here, and I size it down a little bit. Yes, okay, yeah. Also, one thing I want to do is I want to make sure that it's looking down, not up. I think the looking down look is more correct from what I'm trying to go for here. But yeah. And then sort of like that, and then like that. And I think that gives me the result that I want. I'm thinking this face is looking a little bit too masculine for some reason, and I cannot tell exactly why that is. Okay, let me reference a couple of things. I don't have here. Oh, you can see here that's actually flatter. Like, so this doesn't count because that's the cartoonish version that I tried to make. You can see here that this eye is actually a lot flatter than what I made it here. So here I made it with like a little bit more of an arch. So maybe what I can do is I can take this off, and then I can take these, and I can maybe do something more like this. And then perhaps I can sort of kind of do this. But if I am going to do that, I'm going to need from this angle to like add more like that. That's what's going to happen. This does not look good. This reminds me of what's his name? I think it was like Gara or something from Naruto. Sort of what this kind of gives me the vibes of. It's very much not what I'm going for, so that is a problem, in fact. Oh yeah, the reason why is because I don't have eyelids. That's why. This looks worse. It doesn't work anymore. Let me just kind of do this. And then maybe this will work. Still gives masculine vibe. Why is it like this? Okay. Oh, I think also this jaw might be a little bit too sharp. So here, nope, it's the wrong layer. Here, no, that's the wrong layer. And where's my little scrolly thingy? What layer is the jawline on? Oh! Oh, that's a problem. Okay. Maybe if I make this a little bit rounder. No, that's still too flat. I think that's better, but I still could do more. Too much. I think, okay, so this works, it's just that there's more that I need to do, and I think, like, if I just detail it more, it's going to look better as I go along. So, yeah. There's also the issue of this head here being completely incorrect, so I think once I draw in the hair, everything is going to look so much better. Eyebrows... No. Everything I do is make things worse. Why do you like this? Okay. Alright. It's not the end of the world yet. I still have a chance. Everything's fine. What I can do is... no, that's correct. That should be there. This, perhaps, maybe like that, and then... I just realized what this looks like. Oh my goodness, this is the Wojak meme. What have I done? No! That's why it looks so terrible. Oh my goodness. Okay, alright. Okay, time to make this a little bit better. Oh no. Oh, I'm a failure. Okay, alright. It'll be fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is gonna be that bad. Everything is fine and absolutely incredible. I can't unsee it anymore. Okay, I have to radically change a bunch of stuff now. There it is. This is such a random placement of layers. Okay, alright. That does not inspire confidence in me. It's another thing that could drastically improve the situation is this. And if I take this out, right. By the way, I need to give this person a facial expression, but I will do that after I stop making this person look like a Wojak. So, oh my goodness. I think this back of the head is also really not helping. Okay. Alright, it's fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is wrong. Everything is going to be just fine. Okay. Please. Alright. Okay, so this general facial structure, it's working more and more, right? But it's not what I want. So what I'm thinking is maybe still looks like a Wojak. Oh, I'm never gonna escape that. I'm gonna like look back on this once it's complete and still see it. That does not help the situation at all. That makes things only worse. Only bad things come from doing that. Okay, so. Maybe that will give me better results. Please, that's not rounded enough. Okay. No, that's even worse. Everything's just absolutely not working here. That's not how that's supposed to look. Okay, all right. What I will do in this case is I will. Is it the eye shape? Is that what's making it look? Is that what's giving the vibe? Alright, what if I was to like be insanely like over the top with this? Right? Like maybe the exaggeration will make things better. Who knows? This rate I'm ready to try anything at this point, so that makes things so much worse. Okay. Alright, so considering time at the moment, I'm probably just gonna like maybe finish the head and then just stop there for today. Because again, I have things I have to get to. But yeah. No, that's too tall. I think this worked out way better. Like it. Whatever. I also want to make this head a lot more like square up here, so I want to kind of like be more like this. Give or take. Something needs to be done about these eyebrows. If I was like less of it. That's so much better. I think this is just drawn incorrectly, so I'm just gonna do that, and I'm just gonna do. Oh, I actually know where the problem is. Never mind. The problem is that I need to have it like this, and then like this. At the very least, have it like that and like that. I think that solves a bunch of issues that I've been having. Oh my goodness. Okay, alright, now then, time to do the pupils. Actually, I think I did this a little bit wrong, because what I should do, right, in this perspective, is I should make it a little bit flatter. A little bit bigger, though. Should also look a little bit more down. Yeah, I like that. Fill that in. Fill that in. Okay, this looks a little bit terrifying. How did I solve this issue before? Going back to this. See, that looks very different in general. How did I solve this issue here? I made them really small is what I did. I solved this issue here by just always making all that like vibrant gradient stuff. So, alright, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scale it down. Okay. Here, and then I'm just going to scale it down. Okay. This does not look correct. Okay, still gives that vibe. I think it's because the expression. I think that's what's doing a lot of the work here. That's making it look. Oh, and also I realized another thing that I did wrong on the eye. I made it a little bit too wide, I believe. And yeah, so. So yeah, this eye here made it too wide. Needs to be closer to something like this. Okay, so this is definitely looking better. However, it still has problems. So, right, well, I mean, the obvious problem is this, right? If I just get rid of that and replace it with something on the right layer, so I'm just gonna put it here, like say like that, right? This is still could be a massive issue. That's only going up to there. Alright, and then this kind of only goes up to here. Okay, also, I think the pupils have a little of a problem, so... Oh, and maybe the nose, actually. Now that I do think of it. No. Does that give me more or less or worse? Is it better, worse? I think it's both. I think it's worse. Why is that? Okay, so if I were to consider cheekbone here, nose should be here, nose should be on this level here. So that's actually not incorrect. Make it more extreme of an angle. And get off the multiple layers, by the way. I wouldn't bet on it. That's something. But in images with color in them, usually the way that this stuff works is that you just kind of have a nose. It's kind of like this. And then like that, and then it's kind of like shaded. Is that it? Is that how it works? Okay, and there's more shading here. I guess. No. No, this can't be. This can't be how this looks, because I think it needs to look more like this. No! You do me duck. No! I don't like this. I'm sure it'll look better in color. I'm sure it's gonna work itself out. Everything will be fine, and nothing will be a problem. But what if I was like that? It's passable. Wait, hold on. I need to consider like the side profile, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that on a different layer so that none of this actually affects anything. No. Here's what the side profile would look like. So actually, I think that this nose should be here. So if I was to take this bit out, and then I was to take this bit out, and then I was to take this bit out. I think it works. Please. Please. It's passable. Alright, nice. I can work with that. I can live with that. I can do very small edits to it, but other than that, it works. It looks fine. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I wouldn't exactly call it a masterpiece, but you know, yeah, it's passable. All right, what's next? I think this skull is too tall. I think something like this might be better. I think I might have solved like 9 problems out of 10. Oh my goodness. It doesn't look as bad as it used to. They just made it better, hopefully. I'll review the footage maybe and I'll be like, I shouldn't have done that. That was such a stupid idea. Like, that has happened a couple times. Where I was like, why was I even critical of this? It doesn't look nearly as bad on camera as it does on my screen. Probably because, okay, so the thing is, right, when I'm looking through my footage, I'm really fast forwarding through everything because I don't want to sit for, what is it now at this point, hour. It's almost exactly an hour. I don't want to sit for that long just watching myself talk. Which is maybe not the best thing for a video. Okay, in my defense, because I already know everything that I do and say in the video, so like I don't want to rewatch something like that. Is probably what I would. It's probably a better way of saying that. But yeah. So. Yeah. And so yeah, when I fast forward through it, I'm basically looking at it through way newer eyes, right? Like I haven't. So at this point, I've been staring at this for like an hour, right? So every little thing pops out to me, and I feel like I'm doing horribly every time. But once I like review the footage, I'm like, oh my goodness, that actually looks so much better on camera for some reason. Like if you're not. Like, I understand why people do fast, like, time lapses instead of, like, posting full things. Because the time lapse definitely does make things look better, right? But, however, this is also because I'm a very, like, new artist in comparison. So, like, I'm not experienced enough to actually make all this stuff look really good. When it comes to more experienced artists, they're just insanely confident with their work. And so they're, significantly it's like if you were to watch them like do this stuff for an hour, like you wouldn't really see 30 different erasures happening all the time as you do with me. That's because they already like know what they're doing. They have a set idea in mind, which is kind of something that I lack. So let me just kind of do the ear here. Yeah, something like this. Give or take. Alright. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Nothing is that big of a problem. Why does this look wrong? Is this... Wait, hold on. Let me check something. Ignore that. So, I think this looks good. And then these two look good. And the reason for that is I think the face is taller. So, right, I think what a good idea would be is to make this face a little bit taller. Alright, let me just try this for a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think that might be better. Wait. I can't decide. I'm kind of equally okay with both of them, actually. If I think about it. Why is that? Okay, let me just... Like, I'm sitting down right now, so I might be a little bit quieter. But, why is this... Why is it like this? You know, I'll just play it safe. I'll keep it the way it is. I'm going to basically just keep it the way it is, and then look back at the footage and say, and just like scream at myself for daring to not follow my gut on this, but for actually following my gut on this, but I think I'll keep it the way it was, and then just draw the hair. Okay. No. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Okay, I think this may be about the best. What happened here? I distinctly remember this looking better for some reason. Okay, now this looks actively worse the more I look at this. And this isn't even that good. Oh boy. This looks so flat. Oh. I might redo that at one point or another. Or I might just give up and just like be like, alright, you know what? I'm just gonna let it live. This person almost looks happy, and that's incorrect. I need to make the facial expression on this person. Okay. Alright, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna do this, and instead of erasing, I'm actually just put like a layer of white over it, because, right, I want to be able to bring it back whenever I want to, because I'm not super confident about this hair, so if I want to redo it, I want to keep this. So yeah. I'm just going to keep the tip of the neck here. Actually, I'm just going to keep this whole bit. Yeah, nice. Okay. So that's the head done. Obviously this needs to have more work done on it, but where's the ear? Obviously all of this needs to have more work. I need to still do the other person as well. And then I need to color all of it. But this is just one person's head, and I am just a little bit too pressed for time to really do much else. The reason why I didn't do more of this, I want to change that, is because this is the 2 panels that I have to do, and they're a little bit too big of an undertaking for me at the moment. Because I'm, again, in a hurry. So yeah, hopefully I'll get back to that next time, or I'll just continue this. We'll just see how that goes. But yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah, have a great day. Bye.